I got carried away looking on Facebook. Hi everyone, my name is Erin Gray, and I'm wearing a beanie today, because, oh, this is odd. Better? Better. I wore a beanie because, oh no, because, we got hit with Tropical Storm Isaias, and the borough told us to not use water unless it's absolutely necessary. So this is greasy hair under here, and I have more hot cocoa. But here we are, playing a very calming game of Danganronpa. I'm gonna get out of this menu, or at least, excuse me, game, you don't need to be so loud. Okay, it's quieter here. So, in case you were in the path of the tropical storm, hurricane, cyclone thing, I hope you're doing safe. I hope you're doing Aaron, what? I need to go back to school and get educated. Oh my god. Anyway, I hope you're safe. I hope your house isn't destroyed. I hope your power is off. Thanks for still tuning in. But I hope you're being safe and all that good stuff. So here we are with Danganronpa. I'm fine, just bored downloading stuff. You don't... I'm doing safe. Good. You're doing safe. Good job. And hello, Jensen. And we're playing Danganronpa tonight. We left off with the cutest bab of all died, and I'm sad. Can't you tell that I'm sad? I'm actually pretty sad that she died. Yeah, poor BB died. I don't know if we're in investigation mode yet, but my prediction is that Byuaka, I need to see his name before I can remember the pronunciation. I think, so I thought about it a little bit more. I think the game wants you to believe it's him after all the shit he's caused. I have a feeling it might be Toko, because he's all holed up trying to be the winner of this game, and Toko is kind of little boy crazy, and she's also like, you can't get in here unless if you're female, but she's crazy. She's just a little crazy. So that's my current prediction, but of course, as the clues unfold, we shall see what actually happens. So, look at her body. Byakua, that's his name. For now, pay attention to the wall. Huh? I said it once already. There's a word written there. On the wall? Yeah, I know. Bloodlust. I can't move this arm wrestling forward. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. I don't think it's any kind of dying message. It's just too strange. But you know, that thing about writing bloodlust in blood, doesn't it sound kind of familiar? A flashback to a murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. And at the scene of each crime, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? What? Genocide Jack! You really think Genocide Jack is in here? You really think so? You really think so? Okay. I'm saying Toko because only a female could have gotten it in unless someone swapped books, and Hina and Sakura don't seem to be murdering types, and Celeste doesn't fit the murder. That's, yeah, I'm with Agent Maryland on that, especially because, like, in order to get in, you need to swap books, and because there's also, like, a murderous gun outside, so if, yep. My whipped cream melted again. I'm really sad. I feel like he's constantly is either extremely relaxed or over the top paranoid. Yeah, I think it's the weed. Fun fact, in the original fan translation, the message was bloodbath fever instead of bloodlust. Interesting. No in between. Genocide Jack, the murderous fiend whose grisly attacks were famous all across the country. The ultimate murderous fiend, creating a reputation of abnormal, downright cool killings. Interesting, because we don't know Kyoko's ultimate, if she's even an ultimate at all.
What is this?
Then this is some copycat killer trying to imitate Genocide Jack's style, question mark? Also, I have apple pie. Ooh, apple pie. I have hot cocoa. And yes, the lewd on the wall. Of course, like, the females don't have a lewd of a man. But why would anyone do that? Perhaps it's the work of the real Genocide Jack. Real? Wait, are you saying Genocide Jack is here in the school?
No way!
There's no way. But going so far as to write bloodlust at the scene, I'm surprised at their stupidity.
Well.
I can't imagine a worse situation than dealing with a stupid murderer. What is it now? Toko. Hino is pointing towards the entrance to the girls' locker room. Toko's lost her arrival, and now she was just standing there. No, why? 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 Oh, Jesus, her hair is long. I didn't realize how long it was. Oh, she fucking passed out. That's right. She doesn't do blood well. Oh, so it can't be Toko. Unless if it's an act. Because she doesn't do blood well. So her to literally write bloodlust on the wall with someone's blood, that... Because apparently only women can be depicted in sexual poses. Hina rushed over to the collapsed Toko and started trying to shake her awake. Toko, are you okay? Come on, wake up.
Oh.
That's right. I just remembered what she said. I'm gonna give him like a really odd voice about how she faints every time she sees blood.
Oh.
So she's hemophobic. I imagine she does not watch too many horror films then. This isn't a violation of the rules, right? I mean, technically she passed out somewhere besides her room. No, I think she should be okay. The regulations prohibit sleeping, like, on purpose. So since she didn't faint on purpose, it doesn't count? Gotcha. He's so dense. Bad hamster man distracted by lewd.
Just a second.
Toko, can you hear me? Hey, you gotta wake up. As if she heard her, Toko suddenly shot awake. As in, she literally jumped up from where she was laying. It was such a strange reaction. I was at a total loss for words. She leapt straight up into the air, changing her stance as she did. In no time flat, she was just standing. What the fuck is that face? What the fuck is this? What? Ignoring the physical contortions she had to go through, her motions were totally haphazard. Yeah, same question. Toko is the old Delphine. The lewd is duty, so... It's a yandere ego face. No, stop. Stop it. Not in my good Christian stream. Sorry about that. I was just so shocked, you know? It happens, right? Was I the only one? Toko? Are you okay? Because you do not look okay. I'm fine. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead?
What the heck?
She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top inning and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies.
Well...
This is... Oh, wait, hold on. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. No. Everything's fine. At least the stutter's all gone. That's a good thing, right? Oh, oof. Yeah, sure, I'll allow that.
I see.
It's clear to me that everything is not fine. Your eyes seem strangely vacant, and yet your eyes scream bloody murder. Speak for yourself, Taka. It might be best if we take her back to her room for the time being.
So,
I don't mind taking her, but can someone help me? If you need help, I don't mind. No. Taka, could you help me? Huh? She totally ignored me. Oh my goodness. Very well. You take care of the girl, and the rest of us can begin the investigation right away. Can I assume nobody has a problem leaving Sakura and Manjo on guard duty again? Hold on a second. Rushing to an investigation. The mastermind isn't behind that. After what happened last time, surely you realize that.
Don't make me repeat
There's no
myself.
question that Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Of course.
Right as rain. Dunked on. I mean, I wish I could ignore Bad Hamster Man. We can't. But don't take it as a bad thing. It's just a fact of life. Because that's how graduation works. Then it's happened again? Is that what you're saying? That another one of us killed? A fellow classmate? No shit. What? Does that freak you out? You guys have got no balls, you know that? Oof. Oof. Why the fuck are you panting? Is there just nothing down there at all? Well, I'll let you pray to mine if you want. Actually, I don't have any either. Sorry.
Stop talking.
Stop monologuing. Give us what you came here to give us. You did bring it, right? Heh, I sure did, chum.
It's
Allow me to-
Monokuma file.
I know how much you must be looking forward to it.
See ya later.
So please do your tippy-top best on this investigation.
No way!
Do we really gotta do another investigation? Yeah, what do you expect, Hina? Quite a hoop skirt. Yeah. Examining the corpse of one of our friends. Having respect to all our other friends. Byaku's gonna say, you think we're friends? I hate this. I can't take it anymore. I hate it too.
Help me.
I've had enough. I'm getting out of here.
Hey.
Where do you plan on going? There's nowhere to run.
Such
Just
ignorance.
accept it already. After all, blood is just a liquid. A dead body is a simple object. You're very enthusiastic about all this, are you not?
Naturally.
How can I not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we all die. That's true, but to jump into it so soon.
What?
What? Do you want to die?
Such
Fine,
ignorance.
then go off and die somewhere. Right now, go ahead. You're a waste of space.
Damn
A dead
you.
body is an object?
Piece of shit.
Chihiro was an object. Show a little respect or I'll beat some into ya.
Calm down.
Everyone stop bickering. Listen, there's some truth in what Byaku has said. Kyoko? Ooh.
Because
If we don't solve the mystery and find the killer, our own lives are forfeit. If Byaku is right that Genocide Jack is somehow the one who killed Chihiro,
that's right.
then unless we do something, more victims could start piling up. Forget more victims. If we mess this up, we're all dead meat.
Hey. Hey.
Hold on. If that's your worry, you don't gotta worry any longer. In any one killing game, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people. What? I don't remember any rule like that, because it's a new rule.
Actually,
I just came up with it. I mean, if one person went around and killed everyone, your lovely student life would be over, right? The new rule has been added to regulations.
So then.
In that case, why not limit it to 1 person?
Hey.
Well, in a good mystery, you don't want to miss out on at least the potential of a serial killer angle. I mean, he does have a point. Just one would totally murder that possibility.
Punishment is waiting
Farewell
for
for
you.
now. I'll catch you guys in the class trial. I can't say I understand his thinking, but if we can kill up to 2 people, then one more person's life could still be in danger. Which is definitely not
Interesting.
good. We need to uncover the culprit before something else happens.
You son of a
You
bitch.
need to shut the fuck up.
So,
There, I make whatever rules I want. Well, for now, Taka and me are gonna drop Toko off at her room. Nice. I'm gonna get dropped off.
there is nothing to be done.
We have no time to stand around here. We must begin our investigation toot suit. If we do not solve the mystery of who killed Chihiro,
that okay?
then we will quickly follow her into the afterlife. That's true. I hate this, but if I want to survive, me and everyone else, we have to do it. We don't have any other choice. Investigate. Alright, first of all, I better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. That's all it says. Also, isn't everyone killed if they fail to accuse the murderer? Yes. Well, it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Nice.
Hey, Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? Me? Oh, Highness wishes to speak to me.
Naturally.
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, you know. So what do you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Excuse me?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent, the same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No, I just...
Stop talking.
Jeez, you're so rude. You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation, so you're inviting me to come with you. You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't really know what just happened, but it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. I don't like that. I really don't. Okay, this is the blunt object. There's a dumbbell on the floor, and there's a bloodstain. There's a bloodstain on the dumbbell. No shit, you just said that. Monokuma-san, a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell is actually the murder weapon?
That's right.
I don't imagine it could be anything else.
Nice.
I think there's paint on this, or blood. Poster's got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. Let me look around the room a little bit more. Alright, let's talk to Mondo. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. I don't know, man. He would be cuter if he didn't have the corn on his head. Oh, he's telling me to hydrate. He'd be like, screw you, I have money. We gonna pay me? With what? Can't pay me until we get out of here. I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff. The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. Mondo's account has been added. And it's Sata Sakura. That's a very deep grunt. I use this locker room all the time now. It's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else, then carried here. Oh, that's true, because it was with a blunt object. It didn't have... And then she was tied there. She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still, I still think she came down here on her own by choice. What makes you say that? She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger, so you're saying she came down here to exercise? But according to Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late?
Perhaps.
He and I myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? The murderer was weights. They were killed by over-exercise. Ha ha ha. Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up, so I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead, she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However.
Perhaps. But it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she would have come with someone else. It's a possibility, I think. Ooh, Sakura's account. Now I believe it's time for us to move on. Huh? Already?
What?
New clues won't magically appear by staying around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true,
Let's
but
go.
if you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. No, wait, I want to look at the body! Stop! Why is he a dick? So this is our next location, huh? This place is related to the investigation? Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? Okay, so we have the gun. Maybe this gun was used to... No, impossible. If that works, your Chihiro would be riddled with holes. Let's check the scanner. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
You called for me? Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that... Oh my god, I just got the joke! Oh my god! What? It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Because he thinks he's more intelligent than everyone, or he did the murder. I still have my suspicion on him, but it's a little lackluster at the moment. Sure, what's up? Plot twist: Byakuya was an mastermind this whole time. Ooh, that would be interesting. Well, it's just about this card reader.
Yep.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your handbooks. I was about to say ebooks, and then my brain read that. Plot twist: the bear did it. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there were some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correctly correct. So then, that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room and boys can only go in the boys'. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means, hey Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? He makes the rules, so if he could have a rule, he can murder. Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro's found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
So, in other
As
words...
such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
Such ignorance.
Good lord, are simple. But am I wrong? Should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer have been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. Ah, plot twist. I was gonna say stealing. Stealing is another you could steal it, because stealing isn't in the rules. So glad that someone can tell me what I'm thinking, because I don't know half the time. I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Takami family, so you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you, to add a little more excitement to things? You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Ew, no, stop. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore, they're things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on, you're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it, so,
Why you?
so sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together. Because he doesn't want to say get your shit together. Just say get your shit together. We've already have Mondo swear. Oh, it's because it's Monokuma. He probably can't curse. Why is it dark outside? Is it gonna rain? Hold on a second. There's a thunderstorm toward the north, but my window's face to the south, so I don't know what's happening. It's raining most of the day here. Yeah, the rain ended like around 2 o'clock here, and it got really bright and sunny. Hold on a second. literally just them telling me I can shower now. Great timing. Anyway.
Unbelievable.
Or also charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest for your own damn self. He can say damn, but not shit.
That's fine.
Well, I know you are unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. I hate having to investigate with this piece of shit. We came to the main hall. So what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? Okay. Let's look around first. Get our bearings. There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook? No, wait, there's 3 of them. But what are they doing here? So you finally found them. Finally! This is the first place I looked! Game be like, I'm not holding your damn hand. Huh? Did you know these were here, Byakua? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka. You can go ahead and confirm it for yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks and I did. Sayaka Maizono. You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand this is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier? Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. I'm not reading that because it's we just flashed back to 5 minutes ago. Yeah, I see. Yeah, now I understand.
What?
Hold on a second. What's
Very
wrong?
strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook shows Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's,
I
right?
see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. The memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment which leads to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey, hey! Hey, 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 hey!
Me angry! Now I'm really angry!
Calm the fuck down. What? The e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily, but it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. I can withstand up to tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. Oh, but even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does?
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks. Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask how that could be. Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. I think someone swapped their notebook with Leon's because theirs broke. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Because I think whoever someone related to committing the crime has Leon's handbook. Let's begin an investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. What the fuck you mean, boy? What do you mean by that, Byakua? To be exact, not quite. Certainly, I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat
Absolutely.
myself.
I have no idea. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. The murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
What?
There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre, brutal method. I'm not repeating this because you've already talked about it. They said he killed thousands of people, but that's got to be an urban legend. Well, that can't mean much for the case. I mean, using Leon's handbook to get into his locker room wouldn't work. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but like since we added it, it might become useful. Genocide Jack makes me think of Handsome Jack and Hitler come together. Still, could one of us really be a demented psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder. I mean, it could also be a copycat. It doesn't have to be the real person. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I could show you. What do you mean by that, Biku?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Is it there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you
It's
need.
all clear
Evidence
now.
that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence. Does something like that really... Ah! Hey, you two! Big trouble. Need your help.
I don't have time to
We're
play
busy.
with you.
Leave us alone.
'Cause,
But it's an emergency. Come on, please. You gotta help me. I'm helping her. This is a serious emergency. Please, please. You gotta help me. Just calm down, okay,
'cause,
Hina?
I mean,
Tell me what it is. An emergency. What happened?
well,
We know the killer will probably try to mislead the investigation, yeah. Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. She was acting that way before. I mean, yeah, exactly. Exactly. What should we do?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit, I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me
Don't-
repeat myself.
Okay. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no and that'd be the end of it. Okay, come on, hurry. Yeah, in Criminal Minds there are many episodes where there are fans who copy famous killers. They could even be a part of the investigation. Yeah. Wait for us.
Let's go.
Looks like she's headed to the dorms to Toko's room, most likely. You're right. Okay. Who else is a... No, that's just a poster. Okay. You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So, what's the emergency?
so,
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know, see how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to ourselves. Yeah, good idea. Okay. May as well give it a shot. Ding dong. Holy crap. An arm of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Whoa, hold up. Hold the phone, ladies and gentlemen. They don't have to be a fan, just aware of the killer's MO and try to replicate it, thus misleading the investigation. And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time when I rang a little while ago. I drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend. Doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to burst down the door, but it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko is scared enough to even bar her door? Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she really think that the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
But
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Byakuya, because she has a massive... Why am I at your fucking crotch level? Why is this? Why is this? Oh, goodness. Could you ask her to come out of her room, I mean?
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. Well, you're to talk to her? Well, I guess you could be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of the door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. For a few moments.
What do you want?
Leave me alone, you're all so annoying. Byakuya!
It's Byakuya.
Byakuya. Byakuya? I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on! Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop
if
talking.
I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Jesus, you don't have to get fucking defensive, red herring. More like red flag. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. The second Y in his name is just silent. Byakuya. Byakuya? That sounds so much better. Byakuya. Byakuya! It sounds like Aqua. And I hurried to catch up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library! Come on, let's go inside. Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Okay, just taking in the surroundings. There's no point checking there. We need to find real clues. I was... Oh, I got a hint coin, though. Okay. Okay, hint coin, thanks. Knock it off. What does the desk lamp matter right now? Ah! Where then? You querulous cunt. Dance camera. The door? Camera on the other side of this door. It's the archive.
Let's go.
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought that was the entrance to the outside. Never mind. Whoa, there's so many books and files. So much dust.
So, in other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. Stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one out at random. That is sharp. I need to select that file. Huh?
that's right.
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf. Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before. The small yeah, the small cinnamon roll. Yeah, the sweet bean child I love. Yeah, my baby. And hello, Serena. Thank you for joining.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it out over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. Wait, what's over here? Oh, it's a surveillance camera. So many file stuff on the shelf. What's on all these
That's
things?
enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Bitch, I have a problem with you. They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth from a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. It's a wooden box. It's empty. Although, judging by the smudges in the dust, it looks like there's something inside. I wonder what it was. There's an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? I keep thinking of Serena from Pokemon and Serenity from Yu-Gi-Oh! When you say your name. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover the value for yourself. There's tons of thick files stuck to the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person would ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh? So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because this room, right here, it's home to classified
Interesting.
government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such
That's your
ignorance.
guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, your label's a lie. Well, it's not that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put this all together? I suppose it goes to show how much power Hope's Peak truly wields, or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all of this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What?
What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple. Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. Excuse me. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider unusual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents in more than once? But all this has to be top secret confidential stuff. Right, so why? My family has a reading room just like this at our old home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Excuse me? Members of the Tagami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So, in other words...
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family's a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. I don't like this man. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interests me was the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports have always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among those reports, one of my most recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases have been compiled here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. Tagami is his last name. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood, and the second is that the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victims is suspended. It's exactly what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, as the best is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. In other words, no one in the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Oh, now if you recall, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other
the culprit
words,
isn't a copycat killer, it's the real Genocide Jack.
In other words,
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer, really walking around among us.
interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never really imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret a clue or two.
Such
If you get down on
ignorance.
your knees and beg, I may even show you for myself. You concern me. My hot cocoa inside. About the Genocide Jack case file, could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Hand me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly my hands stopped. I'd reached the page where photos from the crime scene all been collected. The victims had ran on for several pages. I am not reading these names. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in the exact same way. At the scene, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page. Oh, goodness. Profiling results. All of our crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killing to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder. Toko. Because she has That would make sense. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Ugh. Ugh. Goodness. Ha.
So, in other words,
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality like the kind you see on TV. So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story, but this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Woohoo. Can I just get to the trial? It's like 8:50. Can I get to the trial? Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. Genocide Jack case file has been added to the truth bullets.
let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Place your bets now! Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
I don't have time.
Come
to
on,
play with
enough
you.
of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own. Inferno, if there's any... If you want to point me in a direction that or who I should go talk to so I can have some truth bullets, let me know.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye. Just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I feel like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack, he's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out no matter what it takes. To do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too, and the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. Okay, back to the crime scene. Need to find everything I can. Finally, not being handheld anymore. Holy shit. I'm not doing the voice. The voice hurts my throat. Ding ding ding. Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit. Sure you have, buddy.
I feel as if...
Ew, what the fuck was that voice? Another stat increase for me. This is not D&D. You are a disgrace to D&D, my friend. I'm so confused. What's happening in chat? Evidence, what'd you find? I cannot reveal that just yet. But I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yeah, Miss Ludenberg said she witnessed something worthwhile too. Really, what did she see? She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boys she likes, right? Right? Okay, so where's Celeste now? The warehouse by the dorm. She was there, but at the same time, not there. What's it gonna be? Alright, let's check the boys' locker room. The posters have been switched. This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. The posters have been switched. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Boys' locker room carpet has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Interesting. Hey, Kyoko, have you made any progress on your investigation?
Indeed.
Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
I have girl issues. Someone crapped themselves when doing deadlifts. It's blood. I can imagine bad hamster doing that. Miss Kiri Girly. My girlfriend. She is also bae. I love her. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then.
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihira's body one more time thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
Goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihira's handbook is missing. That's definitely worth worrying about. Love how there's a shadow cast onto the wall. Examine the body one more time. I know I said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihira's bands around looks like to see some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her hands in some sort of crucifix position. Huh? The rope has a plug? Wait, so it's not a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihira's fatal injury is a blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right. There's the issue of being suspended, that fatal blow. At first, I didn't see any reason to think too much about that either. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the Genocide Jack case's files one more time. This bloodstained poster blood says noteworthy parts, but big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty a girl's locker room doesn't seem where you find something like this. Oh, but wait, that reminds me, the posters in the other locker room that's right. There's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little bit more about the locker rooms. Oh god. It's hard to read chat because I'm blind. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course.
I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay, then let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker rooms could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters. I see.
However,
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee? What the fuck is protein coffee? In the warehouse, it's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. A stain? But I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
Of course.
Exactly, I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume something came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain here to begin with. Disappearing stain. It's like they've been switched. Alright, let's talk to Mongo. Oh, you're just gonna talk about this. Stop grunting. Stop. Okay. Okay, I'm assuming there's nothing else in the locker room I need to look at. Alright. Bloodstain on the carpet can only be caused by Chihiro's murder. Okay, there's nothing else in here. Alright, where do I go now? It said I needed to, okay. Let's look in the Monokuma file. 2 a.m. Body was discovered in the girl's locker room. Cause of death was loaded ahead by she was killed instantly. Talk to Celeste. Okay. Map. Oh, it wants me to go to the archive again. Okay, so let's go to the archive. Lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see it's not plugged in. The lamp's cord is not long enough to reach the outlet from here. Last time I saw it was definitely on. It was definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya used an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Let's go in the archive. The wooden box is empty. The extension cord was in there before. Desk lamp. Byakuya grabbed that one thing from over here and put it over there. It sure is dark over there. What the fuck? I'm taking another... Huh? It's gone. Did someone take it out of the archive? The only one who could do something like that. I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. Oh, wait, no! Is there nothing else in the archive I can look at? Do something I'm not sure where I might have to. Okay, that's fine. I think Ufumi might have a clue. But let's talk to Celeste. Celeste, what are you doing here? Hey, Rouge Moon, what's up? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. Food from clothes to towels. There's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then did you find something? Very well, I will tell you, and only you.
Actually.
Last night I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really?
Indeed.
This was right before nighttime.
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks.
And do you plan to play the other Danganronpa games? I do. What's gonna happen is that once I finish Trigger Happy Havoc, I'm gonna switch over to Phoenix Wright. Play through, because I have the trilogy on Steam. I'm gonna play the first one in that series, then come back, play Danganronpa 2, play the second Phoenix Wright game, come back, do the third Danganronpa once I have it in my inventory, and then do the last Phoenix Wright game, just to give it some variety. Yeah, as Inferno said. Yes. And hopefully, eventually, if I can figure out how to get my 3DS hooked to streaming, I do want to do the entirety of Professor Layton, because it is such a good game. I do not have Despair Girls. Do not have that.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes,
I
indeed.
assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken her rule, none of this ever would have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying, which means the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Ooh. So... let's try the trash room. Just curious. Just curious. Trash room, the dump. Oh, I guess not. Alright. That was dumb of me. Also, I'm sad because someone unfollowed me, so now I'm back to 69. And now I'm sad. Alright, let's talk to Hifumi. You're not Hifumi. Why would I curse your name like that? I'm so sorry, Hina. Oh my goodness. Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come out and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimming. I get pretty hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry. I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating? Oh, donut, of course. Of course. There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Oh, no, poor Bean, no. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Yeah, she was a little strange. Didn't really hang out with other girls much. It was like she's trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh, wait, maybe. Maybe she's used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? I think so. I never really saw her as that kind of girl. Ooh. Okay. Alright. An hour and 18 in, and now we're getting to the trial. Goodness, my voice needs a rest.
So, I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial! You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin. Red door, it's right through here. It's a very big plushy red door. So is everyone ready to what? Am I blind or am I missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember?
Come on!
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. Oh, goodness. Just like that, a few minutes later, he reappeared dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible, you're terrible.
Phew.
Woo, so now everyone's here, right? Gamers, which number murder is this? This is the second murder. Second one. Okay then. Hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek, nobody had problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us, someone standing right here. We have no choice, right? We have to do this. Yes. Gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator in shaky legs. As each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions and couldn't stop speculating. Yep, no problem. Always happy to help. If you're new to the channel, this is case number 2. I am Mary Gray, and oh, there's text on the screen I should probably read. The steel box sank with a heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, we reached the bottom. Came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh, so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. I got this over with.
Very
Good, good. You're repairing to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all. Okay, then, let's get the show on the road.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Everyone, please find your assigned seats. God, this trial is so rough. I'm excited. Oh, no. So the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yes, save my data here. Alright. It's really twisty. Hee hee. Oh, good. Oh, goodness. I'm not ready. Alright, I'm just gonna review the notes to myself. I'm not necessarily gonna read them aloud, just so, like, I have an understanding. Chihiro wanted to be stronger, she declined several invitations. Oh, I can use E. Nice. I told anyone willing to listen that she wanted to get stronger, so some tutor inferior conflicts will weak. She my strength more than anything else. She locker room. Male students handbook for the boys and the girls. At the same time, additionally lending someone your handbook is a violation of school regulations. Each student that has died is placed in a box in the main hall. Sad because handbooks will seem to still work. They were killed in the same way and mounted to a nearby wall. The word bloodlust is found. Profiling indicates that is likely a student suffering from a split personality. Student. What's a student? I'm the only student, I think. Like, student. Have consciously kept her distance from other girls. Even from the beginning, it's been noticed she remarkably well with her male classmates. Carpet in the boys' locker room found the blackish stain on it, which I think was the protein shake. Blood was found on the poster in the girls' locker room. So I think the murder might have been committed in the boys' locker room, maybe? Chihiro's handbook was not found on her corpse and has apparently gone missing. Chihiro's body has been suspended and her hands have been bound with some kind of rope. Her fatal injury is a blow to the head. Sakura mentions that a coffee stain was known to use his lamp on his extension cord has gone missing at some point in the last cord. Couldn't quite reach the outlet. On the night of the murder, right before nighttime, Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse. The scene, she was stuffing some blue exercise clothes into her duffel. Presumably, she was on her way to exercise, but the clothes were not found in the crime scene. Celeste has not told anyone other than Makoto about this encounter. Okay. Oh, wait. Not me getting hit with a 30-second ad. Get out of here, Post Melon. Now, everyone's a regular high school student before being scouted by Host Peak. Got it. Okay. They just have... What skills do I have? Melodious voice. Cool. Okay, so here's my current thought process. I think that the murder may have possibly happened in the boys' locker room. Possibly. Hence why the posters were switched. Maybe. Or that... I don't know. Oh goodness, I don't know. Ah. Oh, I love the text on the book. Is the killer hiding within the group? Is there any help to be found in the series of murderers? Finish preparations. Trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make it clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Make your argument. Locker room dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
I'm listening to
According
them
to the
first.
Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Oh no! Oh, I misinterpreted that. Totally misinterpreted that. Oopsies. I'm finding contradictions.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
This is like Ace
It
Attorney.
appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Might be that.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
Oh, sweetie, no. Okay, it's what Psychic Boy said. Shoot who voices Taka. He sounds so familiar. I have no idea.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
It appears it was...
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, it
Interesting.
missed.
That
Fuck.
certainly would make for a
How did
powerful
it
weapon.
miss?
Poor Chihiro.
I don't like that.
Chihiro's fatal... It appears it was...
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Incorrect.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
You're saying that's creepy? Mister, I fantasize over 2D art to the point where I'm sweating balls. Oh my goodness.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit.
You're really hasty about
Although,
this.
I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the Venus serial killer, did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop tip. No! Really? Are you serious? Another thing has been added? For this to pay, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. After you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In which case, you could forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun. What the fuck? What the fuck? What level difficulty am I on? I don't know. What is happening? What am I on? Is it gonna? It's not gonna tell me, is it? This is why I don't game all the trial mechanics are so complicated. Okay. Sure. Fine. Whatever.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
The thing Byakuya showed... Okay, I'm simply a lazy bitch who likes to consume games like visual novels. I hate how I have to read so much. I just want to play the fucking game. Okay, so... Noah. My beam of light in this dark, dark hell that I am in. What is the white noise? Hold on. Wait a second. It's a visual novel, Aaron. Scroll faster. White noise with your target and press the mouse. If you successfully eliminate white noise, your time will increase. However, you shoot something else, you lose. The white noise is the purple words. So, do I have to shoot them? Do I have to shoot them? Shoot them with the silencer. Oh, goodness. What the fuck? Okay, everyone look at that. You can shoot them to give them a little bit of time, but it's not required? Got it, okay. Well, look at that. Anyone would be convinced. It shows that this was the work of Genocide Jack.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on.
What's the next one?
There's just no proof for it.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
You do sometimes if they're blocking the right weak point.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it?
Hey, thanks for the
What was something like that
follow,
doing in the library?
Sundabu. I think that's how you pronounce it. Thank you for getting me back up to 70 not subscribers. This is not YouTube. 70 followers. Thank you. That's kind of okay.
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now.
He does have a point.
More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
I love Mondo. I love delinquent characters.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
What the fuck? No! No! Bad Hamster Man! Bad! Go to hell. Die next.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
Of course, those two have to be directly across from each other.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Mondo with his hair down is thirst.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, has to do with the positioning of the body. How the victim was positioned.
A gun! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
I feel like he's trying to pin it on her. That's what I'm thinking, right? He's pushing it way too hard.
You lie!
Yeah, that's the, yep. The one thing I will agree with Monster Man here.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What
You
kind
try
of
so
serial
much,
killer is
you know.
afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this
Mate,
gotta be
I don't
so
know. I'm really
complicated?
torn. Cause like I can see like his thing about her being Genocide Jack. Like, okay. I'm gonna pause real quickly. So I can see her having that split personality because she's obviously displaying some issue. But at the same time, with what I know from psychology, if you have dissociative identity disorder, you don't know you have multiple personalities. So Byakuya could easily have multiple personalities and be completely unaware of it. He could be totally unaware. So it could be him. It could be him. So I am torn in half. It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko, the answer is that she's multiple people. She has dissociative identity disorder, also known as multiple personality disorder, which is no longer in the DSM-5. What the fuck is this? What the fuck am I searching for here? I don't... Wait, hold on. I missed what I'm supposed to do. I have no idea. What word am I looking for? I have no idea. I honestly have no clue. What word? I need a hint. It's a shortened term for mental disorder. A shortened word for mental disorder? Huh? I have no clue. I have no idea. I literally have no fucking clue. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. It's a specific disorder. Okay, so it's S. Schizo. Schizo.
Now I understand. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
But that doesn't make them schizophrenic. They're two different things. They're two different things.
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The only thing that shows Toko could have a split personality, it has to do with her behavior. The one thing that shows Toko could have a split her behavior change.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
I said and we'll repeat again, the localization didn't do a very good job.
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm not repeating this because we've already read it.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
I knew that from the moment I saw Ishimaru's talent. That's her. That's Toko, right?
Don't go assigning
No, it's
adjectives to
not.
my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood.
Oh, wait. I'm confused. What? Oh, got it. You're talking about something else. Translated talent sounds so weird. Ultimate moral consequence sounds like something we'd call Jesus.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I feel like if Byakuya was Genocide Jack, I think like he's trying to pin it on her because like she wouldn't know, or like they're like accomplices in the
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night,
Same,
just
Hina.
before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
I feel like that's a bunch of bullshit, because we can't prove that.
And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
Ooh! Eee!
Promised! I can't believe you lied!
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
Byakuya just lacks empathy, and you're breaking her trust like that.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Look what you're putting her through. Oh, sweet child,
Besides,
no.
you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Oh, she just wanted love. Oh, no. Oh, poor baby.
That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that.
This man's got some eyeliner. Look at his eyes. He's got, like, full-on eyeliner.
But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
Oh, just shut the fuck up. I wonder who could be Genocide Jack. Toko, me, it's definitely me.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person?
You.
You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Oh, boy. What the fuck?
Hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What is this? Notice we senpai be like, yeah, she's nuts. She did it.
What the heck?
This is the one time I agree with Hifumi. The one time.
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do?
Ah, the giraffe tongue appears.
I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
Remember that creepypasta of, not Jack the Killer, Jeff the Killer. What the fuck was his name? There's a guy named Jack. There's a creepypasta about him. I'm pretty sure he's a clown. It's like, oh my god. It's like this.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, same. Uh-huh. Agreed.
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
What the fuck is this? I'm concerned.
So intense.
Like they say,
Hifumi's like, can I please
murderous
switch
mind
seats
sound
now?
and murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Laughing Jack. That's it. Thank you, Mary. Laughing Jack. I knew it was a clown theme. I just couldn't remember. It's been so long.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know.
Or Eyelash Jack. There's two of them. Yeah, there is two of them. I forgot.
Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie.
Eyelash Jack was a bean in all fanfiction.
Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend, genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
It's not in 2D, so you can't fuck it.
What's up?
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this face?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds. Just kidding.
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
Creepazoid. I love that.
And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless.
I mean, Jack was a product of localization. The original was genocide or Scio. Oh, interesting. Okay.
I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
Ryakua, I'm convinced he didn't spike her coffee.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I forgot about it too.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Okay. If it's not Toko, it's definitely Byakuya. Because he's the only one who have had access to the information. I think he's just trying to ply her. I think he's just trying to frame it.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. Oh, God. Make your argument. Sass of dead body.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Okay, I have to focus on remember Chihiro's body. That must have the answer. That should prove what he said isn't right.
Sorry, but
Hold on. I can't scroll! Ah! Let me scroll! It will not scroll. Oh, there we go. Oh, goodness. I think it's because it wasn't used with scissors. All of them used scissors. The killing blow, the death was not by a head injury. All of their deaths were by something else. They were by, I think it was by like being stabbed with scissors. I'm pretty. Can I at least get confirmation from chat before I go about that? Ugh, my throat is not happy. You're good, babe. Thank you.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
What's the
What
modus
more proof do we
operandi?
need? Give it up. You killed her.
The modus operandi, what does that mean? Is that just basically means the method of killing? Modus. That's an MO. A way in which it was done. Okay, got it. Okay.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
Okay,
You
so that's
say
how I use that.
But do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh?
Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof
No,
do
what?
we need?
Did it miss? Did it miss?
Give it up. You killed her.
Did it miss? What? What the fuck is happening?
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
You might have hit the white noise. There's an MO
Give
would
it up.
change for a killer.
You killed her.
Would be either earning time to hit a deadline or if they're getting too close to being caught. Got it.
Sorry, but I didn't.
You say that, but
Perhaps if you had an
Oh, an alibi.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Concentrate
Are the
is
methods of
space,
murder
right?
really exactly the same? I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Ding dong, you're wrong. Stone-faced bitch. There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference. Style is bloody mess, fatal injuries.
For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please
Pesto
stop
is
comparing
pretty
killing
good.
people to cooking?
He does have a good point, though.
Are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference how the bodies, what was used.
A gun!
I think it was
Do you
Byakuya.
remember what the killer
I think
used
it was
to
Byakuya.
suspend her?
Because she was growing close to, like, she was fine with talking to the men, not so with the women. So why would she go and work out with a woman? So I think it's Byakuya. I mean, how did they never catch Genocide Jack? Surely someone would have been suspicious of one person buying so many scissors. Fair.
They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
And it was scissors.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
Which is brutal.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else?
She makes her own special ones. Oh, interesting.
Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Big Mac.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Imagine if Toko threw Genocide Jill's scissors to the trash incinerator to control her. Love that for her. Oh, hey, Jeremy. Here to buy more scissors? Yeah, I lost the last 500 I bought last month. Oh, Rouge, that's so good.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack
They
case.
were males. They're all
There's
men.
a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
They're all men.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll
I
be
noticed
plain
it
as day
earlier
why
that
I
they were
couldn't
all
have possibly
men.
killed that little lolly girl.
There's a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of each victim, what you'll notice is, I think I figured it out. Because Chihiro was a girl.
A gun! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They were all men. Not like I would know these were men's names, but...
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
Oh god, does that make us a potential victim?
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it.
Oh, I love that.
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
Yeah, you put him in his place. Weren't we already potential murder victims since the killing game started? True.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Tell him off, Queen.
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors! scissors! I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, they're in.
Da, 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 da!
What the fuck is this?
She's fully equipped!
She couldn't even pick it up. Wait! Is like top 3 of the people are the most said so far. This is the top 10 anime betrayals.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side?
I love this sprite of her.
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Taka, you good? You good, man? You don't look good.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
He gotta poop. It's being scared out of him. Actually, hold on. There is one person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. And it's Dumbass. The man we all fucking hate.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Ooh, look who's not talking now.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Why are you angry about that, though?
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Oh my god, that without the tongue, she looks really cute in that shot. He's a hamster, everything started.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
Of course it does,
Then
jackass.
I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
From the beginning, you fuck.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Locker rooms, they're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Suspicious? Seems nobody searched locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There's a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. We need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added to non-stop debates. No! Stop adding things! Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phase can only be shot once as a single truth... What? If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to use flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I'll say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why does it keep adding things? This is not fair. Game, no.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird. How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it!
Stop
That's
changing
a
your voice.
natural reaction for any guy! The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
You sought to yell argument becomes a truth bullet, and you shoot the real weak argument. Arguments to yell people are gay, Hifumi. Yeah, I know the buttons. This makes sense how you could have known before we even found it. Okay, I need to make the contradiction clear.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Wait, how do I...
But he was acting weird... How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy! The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
I'm trying to see if it holds over to the next round. You have the right idea. Are you saying that to me, Inferno? Because I'm pretty sure if as long as I can use it on that, then I think... There we go.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird. before we
No!
found the body.
Shoot!
Okay. And it's the other way around then.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting
But we
weird...
didn't know. We didn't know
If
she
you're presented
died
with the
yet.
opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy! The victim was Chihiro.
Yeah,
No,
we
it's
didn't
wrong.
know she was dead yet.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't
Ooh,
hold
the
up.
moon's pretty big outside.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to
Well,
it.
he's just an arrogant asshole.
There is. I think.
You're fine. My message is how to take for understand which doesn't count.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and other genocide Jack murders, the evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible for is hidden in there? What could it be? Make your argument. Library desk lamp.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously,
Ah,
somebody
frick.
else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Like rope was actually rope. No, it was the lamp.
what? The difference between you want me to explain when I want to kill, and I use those same. But Chihiro, it was some kind of.
That's right! It absolutely was! Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
The rope is wiring.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time?
This is a great sprite for Byakuya, as much as I hate him.
Went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this?
God, some of the important details of these cases are so silly. Oh, I like it though.
I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned, as if he's not involved. Wait, not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still.
It could have been an accident. So the more I think about it, because like what he just said, like he's not even acting like he's involved. Maybe Chihiro and Byakuya went to the training rooms to work out. Maybe she slipped and fell and hit her head on the dumbbell. So then Byakuya took the opportunity to frame it. Not necessarily suicide, but just a really unfortunate accident.
There's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you?
Oh, you can curse, it's fine.
I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime.
You're acting calm because that's not actually what happened.
Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean, can I really just accept what Byakuya just said? It's the truth. No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off what just said. The scene of the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
God, this case is making... What is that face?
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
Yeah, finding her dead and putting her body in where she died are two different things.
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Byakuya, did you just take your guard? Did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been all confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys' and girls' locker rooms. I'm gonna say the posters. Prison item.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls'
Yes,
locker room
my
was
fan posters. Thank you. Thank you very much.
a picture of a big boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange?
Oh my goodness.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Oh, if you're new, welcome. We're in the middle of our second trial right now.
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet.
I think you're gonna have to explain to Hifumi what protein coffee is, because you'd be like, oh, what the fuck?
But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
Stain wasn't scrubbed away, it's been moved. It was moved! It was moved! Yeah! Good job!
I got it!
Don't know why it's
The stain on the
moved.
girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
What?
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead
Oh,
body.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
Wait, one poster is a big boobied model and the other a boy band. I declare double standards. I demand a semi-strict male model poster.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
Oh, yeah,
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Then enlighten us. Shirai, could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Yes. Broken e-handbook.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
There's no doubt that it was. In which case, can she really say that she used it? Hold
Is
on,
it
I
really
missed that.
possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had
Oh,
that,
fuck.
she could get into the boys' locker room, no problem.
In this book, there was no doubt that it was ... broken. In which case, can we really say she used it? Okay.
Is it really possible?
Could Chihiro really...
She must have hacked. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have...
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room, no problem.
Fuck, I fucked up my controls.
Is it really possible?
What's that?
Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker?
She must have hacked. She was the ultimate. I'm sure
That would have been no problem.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Ah, fuck.
If she had that,
Damn it.
she could get into the boys' locker room, no problem.
Keep fucking it up. Can't long press. I keep long pressing, expecting like it's gonna like, solve my problems.
Is it really possible?
Could Chihiro really...
she must have hacked. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have...
No, I don't think that's... She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Did it this time.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up. What a line.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is it that then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the... You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
What is this?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh no, is
I
Chihiro
have
a
no doubt it'll
cross-dresser?
meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Is Chihiro a cross-dresser? Is Chihiro secretly a boy? We head off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was... crime scene.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
Get your hand out of the, get your hand out of the gutter. Get your mind out of the gutter.
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
Sakura's the man of the group. Shush.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
I think Sakura's gonna get some fun out of this.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Sakura giving no fucks.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief pair, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This...
What is it?
She has a dick!
Not possible. It's not possible.
Oh, she's gonna go full Super Saiyan. Sakura's eyes were staring quietly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is...
She's a fucking trap.
Is what?
Is a boy.
She's a fucking trap! This fucking game. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Time to watch the game stumble over how to handle trans people.
What?
You shouldn't care. You like 2D, not 3D.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
She's gonna go Super Saiyan any second now.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
I'm sad.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, now I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
That's why she didn't want to go. That's why she didn't want to go to the gym with everyone else, because she can't get into the girls' locker room because she's a guy. I mean, with the backstory, I never really considered Chihiro Tobe trans, because his final actions made it seem like he was seen as a male.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement.
I want to
back
know why
the
Kyoko
courtroom
is
and
groping
get
a dead
back
body,
to
though.
the trial.
Why were you feeling up down there? Why?
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy, the thought had never even crossed my
And
mind.
because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
But we don't have the handbook, because someone has it.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
Why are you surprised,
I
Taka?
still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
Oh my god.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
No, they haven't.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
You shut up.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Oh!
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well,
it had to have been a
I can
guy.
say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I
Maybe
thought it was
it's
clear
him.
Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
Why are you so calm, Byakuya? I'm not effing with you.
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn
I love
straight.
her.
Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one
I
more
don't
time.
think Hippie / Stoner
We still have
Psychic
time to
did
make our
it.
decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
If Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer who murdered Chihiro? There's only one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to get access to real murder scene. Killer is a guy. Since the crime scene was in the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook was apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Make your argument. Oh, fuck. Celeste's account.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's
fuck.
all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game over.
Yay! No! Not game over!
We have to think who would actually go into the guy's locker in the middle of the night. More like, who would Chihiro trust enough to work out with? I think I know who did it, but I want to see. God, I'm getting sad again. No, don't get sad! No, as a matter of fact, there is an eyewitness accounting regarding She has more information about that.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
No, that's wrong.
Break. Who I won't spoil,
believe
but I'm
someone
curious.
else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
You'll see.
Now that you mention it, yes.
Oh, they
I did
announced it's
see him.
Celeste? I'm still gonna call her Celeste.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
I love her voice actor.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Ooh, what a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Do I, though? Do I? Do I? It might, I could see Mondo. I could see Mondo being it, but I want to confirm for my own. No. Go back to my truth bullets. It hurts, it hurts.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Do I?
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Tracksuit.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
I'm sure I
As was
would.
noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Like how Makoto was the initial go-to to choose as the person who killed, now everyone trusts him to find the real killer.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Chihiro's track jacket really holds some clue about the killer. Somehow it's really hard to believe. Celeste's account.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said
Tell
without
them,
even
Naiki.
realizing it?
No, I didn't. She's right. What he said now just sounds really odd. How do you know something like that? I'm confused. What is happening? I'm so confused. So if we scroll down to Celeste's account, so I mean some blue exercise clothes. Presumably she's on her way to exercise, but the clothes are not found from the crime scene. And then Makoto about the encounter.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Wait.
I don't
Oh,
even
I
have a
get it.
tracksuit.
Oh.
'Cause
Oh,
exercising
I see.
sucks.
I see.
I have a white tracksuit
I see.
personally.
I see it now.
I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that
Really help us get any closer?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without...
Yep.
First of all,
We know where Chihiro. He was on his way. So next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean, the...
I got it! He picked it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit.
There we
No,
go.
it's wrong.
I didn't realize it because no one knew
on a
that
second,
it was
Mondo.
blue.
What did you
no
just
one
say?
knew it was blue.
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
A track jacket.
she never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
No, I don't want it to be Mondo.
Hey, Celeste.
No.
What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility!
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
Cherry?
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony, when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag.
Her tongue keeps getting longer. Does it?
If you
I
just
didn't
ran
even
into him
notice it.
briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
They keep calling us stupid now.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he was acting, the way he talked.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick.
Oh!
And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
The ultimate investigator.
Are you a
ladies and
witch?
gentlemen.
She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
How's her tongue her tongue is not getting
No,
longer.
I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you?
I still think it was an
Did
accident.
you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
It hurts.
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's
We're bros.
true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
What the fuck is this voice? Where did this come from?
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Share it anyway.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
Why is the second trial always sad?
If you really insist, then... Here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Found on the ground, right? That must belong to Chihiro, because Chihiro's missing hers.
I got
Theirs.
it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
I'm trying not to talk too much because, like, it's getting pretty late and I don't want to get a noise complaint from my neighbors.
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How the handbooks break, there's only one possible explanation: by hitting its weak points. Is it a bug? It's a weak point.
I got it!
It's a weak point.
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that?
Yes.
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Oh. So, Taka and Mondo.
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of
You would
knowledge.
have known that, Taka. You were in a fucking sauna.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Had to be one that wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was Mondo.
Here's my answer.
It was Mondo.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
No!
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened
I
to
love
keep
how
his
there
school
was still
uniform
the
on.
towels around his corn roll of hair.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets.
Taka is just ripped as fuck. What the fuck?
And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna
God, I
could
hate
easily
you.
destroy it.
Oh, checking something. Fellas.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that provides it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Is it gay to have a sauna contest with your bro? Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Oh goodness.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Broke during their sauna shutdown. If I could just prove that, then it'll show that the handbook Mondo has must actually be Chihiro's. Okay,
Let's
so
test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
damn, I missed.
See? Look!
I waited too far.
Makoto was wrong after all!
Was
Mondo
I?
wouldn't hurt a fly!
I was right? With my assumption. I was sent too far. Now I can't come back. If you're joining us now, hi. We're 3 hours into stream.
Let's test
So the
Makoto's
broken
assertion.
one is actually Mondo's.
If what he says is
not
correct,
Chihiro's.
then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, that's wrong.
Throws bro shiplet preserver. Come back,
Mondo,
Rouge.
the handbook
God, I
you have
haven't
right
seen
now.
that in ages.
Is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
So he took Leon's.
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's.
Just in time, Asian Maryland. I'm still sad.
Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But
Ha,
no
gray,
worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Closing arguments. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Chihiro doing the thing. This to that. Shoved it in. Walked around. Something everyone has, you need to get into the locker room. The handbooks are tiny. Oh, there's more this way. I didn't realize it. In. Goes in the boys. Oh, wait. Probably this one? Maybe? The mirror took place some blood spattered onto something, didn't it? Number of comic pages on your top left. Sky's the truth, kill switch around something else. Just the posters. Can we move it to? Something from the other locker room, switch to the scene of crime. Was the movie brought to the murder scene? It could only have been this guy. I didn't see what to use to disguise what had happened. Where'd the killer go after they were done? The handbook got thrown into a sauna room. What happened to it? I guess that's to me it broke? I think I got everything right. That, okay. I'm just making sure I got them all right. I'm assuming it's this one. Or is it this one? I don't know. Which one is it? Is it this one? Like he was lifted it and then took it. Because this was before the murder. So there was... I'm assuming...
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
Oh, Chihiro.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Yes.
Simple.
How do I know if I
because
get a
she
panel wrong?
was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl.
This music's vibing.
After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
I still don't understand why Byakuya would even do that, though.
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime.
Tokami just loves to cause problems on purpose.
He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence?
The face!
You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Earlier in the trial, if I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has become the bullet time battles. Sure. Let's talk about the fever time and Nega Time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, Fever Time will activate and the tempo will force to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push right that must however you destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best use of your time. Of course, it would only be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called Nega Time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates Nega Time during the bullet time, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate Fever Time at this point, no, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty set to gentle opponent use this, well then good luck and have fun. Okay. Turning it up. Moment of truth.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Oh. If it's Taka, I will cry.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
Sataka is sad.
You don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Taka's like, excuse me, what? What do you mean? Hey! 93 coins? Oh, yeah! That's what we love. That's what we love to see.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up.
He's got some
Go
eyeliner.
ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with.
I need to know why. I need to know the motive.
Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh my goodness.
What?
Uh-oh, this time looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fukuzaki was Mondo Awada. In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why would you do this? Why? Oh, poor baby.
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so let me explain on his behalf. The story of the murder this time is a sad story of two men. Oh, it's a story about his brother. Oh, for anyone who doesn't really want to hear, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text. Anyway, there was once a young boy. His name was Chihiro Fukuzaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness. Oh no. To take on the fragile form of a young girl. He had chose that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy, but no matter how tightly he wrapped himself in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger. Oh.
Weak, 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 weak.
Baby. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept his fate. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course include Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dressed like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now. I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I could talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I could tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my
I
chance.
want
I'm
to
going to get
change.
stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough to so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay, I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action, and so... That day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body, but sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help, but he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were, so Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about will help me give him sort of courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That's actually the wrong subtitle. The wrong name. That was his aspiration, and he thought, oh god, my hand wants to go to bed. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to Chihiro, huh? That's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep a secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone had been arguing about she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all that to keep his promise he made Chihiro, who he'd also killed. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trust each other, right? So why did you... Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it, after all. Possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's possible. Nothing would have been that bad. Chat is going crazy. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone.
You're wrong.
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Taka says, I don't care that you're a murderer. He prefers Mondo than his whole law-abiding ultimate abilities. Yes. Well, while we're on the subject, what I want to tell you, that embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
you know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraffs across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother was named Dio Awada. Mada had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Dia that Mada ever got onto a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was the only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of a starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. Before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Dia, the older brother, number one in the gang, and number 2, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang for his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Dia, huh? Dia created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why
I
gotta get stronger than Dia. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes, I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with a reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly, laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. "My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry." Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Dia never blamed him for what happened. "Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men." He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who's bested his big brother. Dia was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. Diamond. Oh, Diamondo. No. Stop making me sad. I'm
just
strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding the light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it would have been for nothing. So that's why Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and I just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you kept a secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would... You're right,
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I've been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what, you're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I'd never had, so I was jealous of him, and that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Why did you tell me all of that? Are you trying to ruin my rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Mondo has a psychotic episode. Mondo. Strong, 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 strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a
and stronger
bitch.
than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. No, Taco!
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry, he hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him. You see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't even know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. You bastard. Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead, say it again. I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is that what I want to say? But unfortunately, I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
I mean, execution? Corn dog, baby.
Well now.
That's what I promised, right? The blackened half that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then,
Now
I
then.
prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Awada, the ultimate biker gang leader. Oh no, Taco!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Oh goodness. Why the fuck does Monokuma have the same hair as Mondo? Why? No! Stop! Stop it. Please. No. Why the fuck? The Cage of Death. Oh my fucking god. Mondo butter? What the fuck? I can't believe it's Mondo. What the fuck? Laugh at death and your soul forever. Be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder, another execution. I want to feel again. Can I save at this point? Is saving a thing? I can save at this point, but I'll go a little farther. I'll go to 11:30. Everyone's lives are so taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Sokka's sad screams evade our skulls. We were each forced to realize once again. Likely speeding electricity melt his skin. But he of course had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane. You know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because the game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except
However.
that. I just don't understand why. Why do you go out your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was so calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignore the nighttime rule, too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to
I
be
don't
done.
particularly care. Please, continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which when I stumbled upon him, I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So you're saying you knew the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if it had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought I would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene.
But
damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who really done it, you wouldn't have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before we reached that point, of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become black, and I know who I'll have to watch out for.
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is why? Do you like them? But if you know, this punishment is this despair. It's not just for you. All this punishment is a gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Good grief, I don't understand why you pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh,
The noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up, I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
For which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled
Ooh,
up.
it's so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. Ooh, fourth wall breaking. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper, temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom and the curtains closed in the case of Chihiro and Mondo, but I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than this. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot.
Is he fucking playing Cat's Cradle? Jacob's Ladder? Like, I used to be really good at those.
Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match.
Who is he talking to?
But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away!
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh. My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied! Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
We have so many questions. Oh, goodness. We have so many questions. Oh my god, we have Manda's jacket. Wow. Yes, save my game, please. No. 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 We're done. We're done for the night. No. No, 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 no. Alright. So thank y'all for joining me. I know it was a really long stream, but we had to get through it all tonight. Just a reminder, tomorrow night, Wednesday, I am not streaming. Because I'm not. Not really a reason. Thursday we'll be continuing with Danganronpa. It is also very much time for bed. It's 11:30 at night. And Friday I will be starting Halo 3 with Agent Maryland, which I'm very excited for. But if you're new to the channel, you like the stream, you like my content, I'm sorry you didn't get to hear a whole lot of commentary because as we're getting towards the end, like, it's late, I really can't be talking too loud. Have a lovely evening, gamers. This was fun. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, so if you want like more actual commentary, I suggest coming on Thursday to see me actually give commentary while playing and to hear some really shitty voice acting. But thanks you guys for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate all you coming out and chatting with me. And that's it for tonight. Bye.